So you're probably wondering why this intro over here. Well, I did the episode already on Monday. I did the episode. It's Wednesday now, and I got a request saying to add someone else onto the list. And I accept requests, and I thought, you know what? Episode is not up yet, so I might just do it. But you're late, damn it! I don't work overtime. Technically I do. But never mind. Okay, according to Harry, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be on the list. So he's on the list. If you don't know who that is, he's the manager of Manchester United. You've probably heard of that team, whether you watch the sport or not. But he's on the list. So, I'll move you on to a clip that I also recorded after the video was recorded as well. So, here we go. Before we start this episode, I forgot about something. It got requested like 2 weeks ago that I should put Carlton on the list. Now, to be fair, that was 2 weeks ago before the last two games where they played really well. But it was requested, so the Carlton Blues are on the list. Roll the episode. Hello, it's your boy Davidoff, and welcome back to today's Stupid Idiots. This episode is sponsored by a soldier. Now, here we have an obvious evil supervillain with the username reminding you to not drink water. If someone tells you not to drink water, they are clearly evil and they've got some issues. They are a villain, and this person tweeted, "Don't drink water." That is disgusting, shocking and vile. But our troop came along with the quotes, reminding you to drink water is the username of this person. And this person said, "Die then, lol." Now this seems like evil, telling someone to die. Don't do that. Do not try this at home. Do not try that at home. But in this scenario, it is against an evil supervillain, and that person needs to be stopped. Therefore, this statement is valid. So, for our heroes who drink water and stand up to people who tell you not to drink water, this is for you. A moment of appreciative silence. Okay, so today is a conspiracy episode. It is a conspiracy. If you watched last week's episode, or if you haven't watched it actually, watch it and come back. But just in case you don't want to, or you can't be asked or whatever, basically, there was an annoying commenter in my live streams that I talked about last week that kept saying the same 5 things over and over again. Kept asking the same 5 questions and kept telling me things I already know. Like they told me who won this game, who won that game, when I knew the result already. They were telling me this team plays that team next week. I knew it already. Like I knew these things, and this person was telling me, oh, this team is playing that team. This team's here on the ladder. This team won against that team yesterday. Like, I know all these things, but they kept telling me these things. They kept asking me the same questions, like, when are your tips out? What time's in the UK? It's a lot of nonsense. It's a lot of nonsense. They kept repeating themselves, and it was very annoying. Now, I said there could be one of 3 things. 4 years old, an NPC, a troll, and there's a 4th thing as well. An attention seeker. That could be another thing as well. But anyway, this is not about that person. This is about a different person with the same surname. Or is it a different person? Because I have reason to believe that this second person is the same person. Because this second person has also asked the same questions. Also said the same things. To be fair, this person asks different questions as well. But again, they also repeat those questions, just like the other person. So I'm thinking that these 2 people with the same surname, 2 people that type the same obvious things, ask the same questions, are the same person. And there's a 3rd person too. So we shall get on to that. So I have got a list of comments that are rather sketchy. So this first one was by last week's person. What is your last name? That is, who asked that? Like genuinely, like, are you my boss? Are you hiring me for a job? Or am I going to your university? Like, why do you need to know my surname? Like, this is not a professional thing. Like, this is just you in a live stream casually talking. You don't just randomly ask people's surnames. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what was that? Anyway, moving on to the other person. So, this person was aggressively asking who the stupid idiot was from last week. Well, to me it was pretty obvious, and to other people as well, they guessed it pretty quickly who it was. But this person, he commented that he knew who it was, but then asked about 10 times, who is it? in the video. I'm thinking it's the same person using a different name. And I also saw on another channel, which will be unnamed, so the person from last week said, great video. And he probably said it at the start, because he said it on my video too. He said like, it was a 12-minute video. Within a minute he said, great video. And I was just like, it's 12 minutes long, how'd you know? Like, seriously, I mean, I appreciate compliments, I really do. I really do appreciate compliments, but like, I want them to be genuine, you know? I do want them to be genuine, but still, anyway. The guy said great video on another person's channel, and someone else randomly replied, you haven't even watched it. So what my suggestion is, they probably commented that very early. So then the second person with the same surname replied, leave him alone. So these two people watch the same videos, watch the same streams. They back each other up, thinking it's the same person. Will you do a live reaction today? Hawthorn v Collingwood, by the way. If you're not an AFL fan, it's a really big game. I support Hawthorn as well, and yeah, I mean, I was going to react to that. I said I was going to react to that as well, like do a live reaction. And this person asked, are you doing a live reaction to Hawthorn v Collingwood? Nah, mate. I decided it was a really small game, and I decided to just go out instead and just, you know, go to the pub instead of watching such a big game like that in the morning. How come you put Geelong 7th, but now they are 1st? Well, basically, I put Geelong 7th, and now they are 1st. Said he's going to a Geelong game. So, here's the problem, right? Someone else said they're going to a Freo game, right? And at the same time, not at the same time, but like a second later, I'm going to the Geelong game. Now, maybe he's actually going to the Geelong game. Now, this might be a reach. Maybe he was actually going to that game. But why would you only say it when someone else says something else about a different game? Like, why would you wait until someone else said they're going to this game until you say you're going to that game? Like, I feel like he was copying him, and I got more proof of that later on down the video. And also, he asked, "What is your name?" Even though I answered it, I literally just said, "My name is David." Then he asked again, "What is your name?" I just answered the question. Are you deaf? So the third person is called Tor Mentor. T-O-R Mentor. Two different words. Tor Mentor. Torment. They're here to torment me. It's a conspiracy! Anyway, Tormento asked if I play AFL Evolution. Okay, so that was a normal question. That was a good question. I get asked that before, but like not like too repetitively, not by the same person. That's a good question. Basically, I said I was bored of it. I said I was just bored of it. Basically, it wasn't a bad game. It was really fun to me. It's just that once you played all the game modes, it starts to like get too repetitive for me, and I just thought I'm not gonna play this anymore because it got too repetitive for me. Once I was done playing everything, I just got bored. So I explained that basically, and then the person, not Tormentor, the main person of this video, asks me, how come you don't play AFL Evolution? I literally just answered it. And here's a weird thing, right? In a video, I mentioned that Hawthorn are playing on my birthday, right? It was mentioned in the AFL tipping video for the ladder predictor, recent one, 2.0, right? I mentioned that. And in the stream, this person asked me, do Hawthorn play on your birthday? So this person asks questions that they know the answer to. Like, no one randomly asks, does this team play on your birthday? No one asks that. Who asks that normally in a normal context? So someone said Hawthorn are playing Collingwood. Now, surprisingly, this wasn't last week's idiot or this week's idiot. It was just a random person. But then this week's idiot said he knows. The irony! Here's another strange thing, right? This is both Tormentor and the main idiot, right? In my tipping video, I said that Hawthorn will lose by 12. I'm glad we won, by the way, but my prediction was we would lose by 12. And in the live stream, the idiot said Hawthorn will lose by 12. And Tormentor said, I think 12 too. This might be a reach, but is that a coincidence? That can't be a coincidence. I said Hawthorn lose by 12, and they have the exact same tip. And they don't mention it until that video. Can I follow you on Instagram? Now, this is pretty normal, but you don't need my permission, first of all. And second, you've asked this like 5 times, and I said like 5 times, my Instagram is the same name as my YouTube, Davidoff Productions. Tormentor and him requested live reactions. Now here's the issue, right? Now here, this goes back to the earlier question. Like Tormentor said, I think it was Tormentor. It was either him or someone else. Someone said they were going to the Frio game, and then this person, not Tormentor, said I'm going to the Geelong game like the second after. Like it felt like he was copying him. And once again, over here, Tormentor requested a live reaction, and I said I'm not sure I'd do one for that day. And the other person said do this live reaction for the same day. I felt like they requested the live reaction because the other person did. Is it a draw? I was playing Rocket League and the score was on the top. Like if you have eyes that can read, if you can read numbers, you will know if it's a draw or not. It was 1-0 by the way. So there was a 1 and a 0. I can't remember who was winning, but it was 1-0. And they're asking me if it's a draw. And this is where it started to get really annoying, like really annoying. Did you know North Melbourne and Carlton have a new coach? Of course I know they have new coaches. I saw it, I saw the news, people linked me, people told me about it on the day it happened, or the days that it happened. Alright, so I don't need to know things that I already know, okay? And the next thing, Ports won by 57. No shit, I watched the highlights. Are you happy that Hawthorn won? Asking a Hawthorn fan whose team beat Collingwood, who I hate. I dislike them more than any other AFL team, and a lot of people dislike them. And I'm a Hawthorn fan, and Hawthorn beat Collingwood. And you ask me if I'm happy that my own team won a game against a team I don't like. Is this? I mean, to be fair to him, he probably didn't know about Collingwood, that I don't like Collingwood, but still it's Hawthorn beating Collingwood. What Hawthorn fan wouldn't smile about that? I'm telling you that they're the same person. They're the same person. This person and last week's person, they have the same surname. That is no coincidence. They're never there at the same time. So I answered a question about when I became an AFL fan. And then the person asked me, when did you become an AFL fan? Are you trying to make it look like that you asked the question? Is that what it is? That might, to be fair, that might be what it is. Maybe people watch the live stream back and they see like, oh, this person asked it, so it must have been him that asked the question. Like, maybe it's that, but it's really weird. And now it gets even weirder, alright? So someone new came along, said they subscribed, said they liked my content or whatever. And then this person, today's video subject, said, I subscribed. You've been here for weeks. Have you not? Were you not subscribed all this time? You mean you've been stalking my videos without subscribing, and now you've subscribed? Or you're just saying because he said it? Again, back to the same question before. Did this guy go to the Geelong game? So then he requested something late. And to be fair, that's not a bad thing. A lot of people do that, to be fair. A lot of people request things that it's too late. Basically, on the day of the game, it has to be requested. Otherwise, I'm just going to watch it anyway. So that's just how it works for me. So when someone requests it a day later, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, but I said that I've done my reactions. The one he requested I already did anyway. I recorded the video, I mentioned it, like I've done these videos, they're ready to go. And then this person asked me if I recorded these videos. No mate, I just said it for fun. Geelong are still first. No shit. Will Geelong be in the top 4? I feel like this person is the same person as last week. And as for Tormentor, I don't know who he is, but it's kind of weird that his name is Tormentor. It sounds like torment. On the list today is that second idiot. So the same surname person, which I believe is the exact same person. Also on the list is Jord because he's Jord. And Tormentor as well. There's something fishy about that guy.